leadership that has put foreigners first. It is very worrisome because we hear, for instance, that we are exporting power to foreign nations. We hear that whilst this load shedding is happening, there are foreign companies, these foreign investors who have the capacity to even replace ZESCO with other sources or means of power. For instance, they can invest to coal, for instance, as a source of power and be able to remove the burden on the ZESCO electricity grid. But we have seen a government today that has put foreigners first. The first agenda for them is to supply the foreigners in form of exportation of power and to supply those foreign companies who are making billions of dollars out of this country. They are not paying tax. They have been given low levels of mineral royalty to pay to government, and literally they are not even paying their workers. And these are the people who are consuming power. Every minute we're seeing copper coming out through copper smelters and all that being exported out. Money doesn't come to Zambia, doesn't come to Bank of Zambia, and yet we are giving them power. And we are sacrificing the most important sector of the economy. We are sacrificing barbershop owners. We are sacrificing those entrepreneurs who are producing a lot of merchandise. They are producing window frames, they are producing door frames, the welders, saloons, and so many entrepreneurs in this country who hold the economy to where it is today, who are able to generate resources that feed the Zambian people. These are the people we have sacrificed thanks to the New Dawn government, which does not believe in Zambia first. They believe in foreigners first. So now when it comes to the excuses that we are seeing today, the excuses that the water levels have gone down and so on and so forth, if a government in power puts Zambia first, the first thing they would have done before we can even talk about it, we can talk about load shedding, should be to abolish the issue of exporting power. Number two, if that doesn't help the situation, we should be telling the foreign companies, all those conglomerates, KCM, Mopani, Chibulumaman, you can name them, all those companies, foreign companies, to say you are on your own, find alternative power, because they have the capacity. They have the capacity to create alternative power whilst we give power to the most needed Zambians. That is how we operate as a country, and with leadership that puts its citizens first. But we have a leadership that does not put Zambia first. They are on their knees right now begging to foreigners. They seem not to have power, and this whole thing culminates in a kind of situation where the new donors found themselves in. They are a puppet government. It's a government that is being told what to do. We hear, for instance, that IMF has put a condition that they need to be generating money, and they need to be exporting that power, and they need to ensure that all that money is generated at the expense of the Zambian people, because IMF doesn't put Zambians first. They put foreigners first. They want to save foreigners. And if these concerns that we are having and these rumors are true, that it's because they are being told what to do and who to prioritize, then we are very much worried as a country, because we might have just put in power a Trojan horse, a government that does not represent the Zambian people, but represents foreigners. They are there as a machinery to make money for foreigners and not to save the Zambian people. That is where our worry comes from. Because as we see now, we see a president who seems not to have power, who seems not to have direction, who seems not to know what he should do at any moment. And he's just there as a representation of other powers. So these are the worries that we have as leadership movement. We expect a government that is decisive, that puts the people first, and that shows at least direction where they are going. Not a government that seems to be captured, like understate capture, that doesn't have even the sense of knowing what the situation is and acting upon the situation. The New Dawn government is a government today that sends serious worries to the society, to the common Zambians today, because they have exhibited that they put foreigners first, and Zambians are suffering in the end. Imagine 12 hours of load shedding. Simply means that all those people who could do something, they have locked their merchandises, they have locked their production centers, and they are just waiting hopelessly like that. And we have a government in power that has told people so many lies. Look at how many lies they generated. When they are in power, they have done opposite. Everything to its negative. Remember, they talked about reduction of the price of maize, the price of milk. Today, they have increased the price. They talked about reduction of the price of fuel. What did they do when they went into power? They did the negative of it. They talked about reduction of electricity bills and reduction of load shedding, effectively just eliminating load shedding. What have we gotten? The opposite of it. 12 hours of load shedding. This is a government that has got no direction, that is in a format of, you know, in IT we call zombies, like a computer that has been hacked and it is operating according to what the hacker wants it to do. It's a zombie. So we have a zombie government today that seem to be already hacked, and they are just telling them what to do. Or the generation resources from Zesco, whatever means, forget about your people and do whatever you can do to save the foreigners. That is what we are seeing today. And we are very worried indeed, because this, if it continues, Zambians will be very much devastated. This economy will be devastated. And we don't want to believe those statistics that we are seeing from the New Dawn government, for instance. Imagine a government that tells you its people that they are doing fine. Look at the statistics. We are improving. They are showing all kinds of papers to the Zambian people who, in their own lives, nothing has changed. Everything is going from bad to worse, and you almost wonder what type of a government it is, because Zambians know how they judge the economy. If 2 years ago 100 kwacha could buy a bag of milk, and today you need 200 kwachas to buy a bag of milk, what are you going to tell the people in Mrs.? What are you going to tell the Zambian people, the common Zambians, that you have developed, or that you have improved your economy? Those statistics are coming from foreigners, foreign companies who are making money. They are making money out of this country. And all that production, and you say, oh, there's a lot of money in this country. Look at the statistics. All that money is coming from the copper that we are exporting, and that money is not our money. It's not reflecting in Bank of Zambia. It is all assumption of the economic activities that are happening in this country, and yet no Zambian has a hand in it. And this is where the New Dawn government is. This is why, to some extent, Zambians are now slowly seeing that they really made a big mistake, because what they were promised are not anywhere near to become a reality.
What is more worrying is the number of load shedding hours which Zambians have been subjected to. And